Welcome to the podcast series, Small Business Survival Conversations. Through our weekly conversations, we hope to provide you with strategies and insights, knowledge and expertise to enlighten you as you work to build and grow your business. Here are your hosts, Anna Steinfest and Dr. Michael Troyer.
Hello, everyone. Our topic for today is how to survive rejections. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Anna, and hello, everyone listening in. Rejection.
Oh, I know. We
hurt.
all deal with rejection at some point, especially as a small business owners. And how do you handle these rejections is very important to be successful entrepreneur.
You know, I think the first part maybe is to acknowledge that it hurts, that it's painful, that it's a little bit frustrating when you want that sale and somebody says, no, I'm going to go in a different direction. Or you hope to get a contract signed and it went to someone else. But yeah, it's important to say, okay, it happened. We got to be honest with ourselves, but then we've got to go forward to the next step of all of this.
Yes, and we have to probably look for what kind of lesson you learn from that interaction. Because to be honest with you, sometimes, and don't take it personally. A lot of times at the beginning, when I used to do sales in the banking, I accepted that as a personal rejection. But you cannot accept this as a personal rejection because you don't know what is happening in that particular potential customer's life. You don't know how he got up this morning. You don't know what is his personal life look like. So when they say no to you, they did not say no to you. They probably said not now. And facing your disappointment, like you said, acknowledging it is important, Michael, because it hurts. No matter what, every time you hear no, it kind of turns our insides upside down a little bit.
And it is, I think, human nature to take it very personally, at least early on in your effort, whether you're pitching something or you're selling something, you take it personal. Oh, they don't like me. Well, and as an honest, there's all these variables out there about how they got out of bed that morning, what relationships they have with a significant other. Did the kids give them a fight going to school, give you a fight going to school? Did you almost have a fender bender on your way to work? Whatever. All did the person you're selling to, almost have a fender bender? Because so many things that sets a mood for the day. So don't be taking it personal. It is sometimes maybe they don't like you, but don't make it all, it must be me. Another important point is don't make it pervasive. Oh, wow, everything I do is a mess. Every time I try to do something like this, I fail. That's self-talk that's going to take you down.
Yes, you have to be kind to yourself. I know that a lot of times when we receive rejection, it's in your head, you start this negative self-talk. And you go and talk to yourself like that you're not capable, and you just get caught in this trap thinking negative, and negativity brings more negativity. So again, you may have some weaknesses, but don't push yourself down. Look for ways to introduce more affirming self-talk so you can move back forward. Again, be kind to yourself. Don't keep beating yourself up.
And boy, do we do that. We're human. That's the nature of being human, unfortunately. But I want to touch on what Anna just said about turning the whole issue around a bit. When you're about to go make a sales call or you're about to pitch an idea to someone, you've always heard everybody says, well, talk positive to yourself. Tell yourself you're good. You're going to get this sale. It's going to be okay. But go a little further, actually. I think it can be very, very helpful to say, if I'm going to have trouble because I've stumbled on this particular point I want to make, how can I fix that? Ask yourself a question, because questions elicit a very active response in your brain. It's amazing how questions to ourselves can even engage ourselves in finding a solution. So that being kind to yourself is also saying, all right, I've had a problem doing this. Now, how can I overcome that? What's the thing I need to do that will make it work the next time? I have a protege right now, and I know that protege is struggling with this very issue, and they're feeling very down. They're feeling like they just can't seem to make it work. Well, we're going to be talking about how do you fix that? So don't just say, I'm going to get better. No, I want you to show me how you're going to solve it, how you're going to get better. So do that, ask that question, how can I make it work better? And focus on finding a solution rather than, as Anna said, rather than sitting there beating yourself up. Oh, I'm no good at this, I should quit. No, that doesn't help you.
No, it doesn't. I want to share with our audience, once upon a time working at the bank, I was a branch manager, and so our district manager will come and they will give us a list of potential customers. So we literally had to call all of them. We're talking about cold calls on the phone once upon a time, and talking about business. We can solve their business needs and things like that. And at the beginning, and I do have an accent, as some of our listeners caught that. And every single time I will call, and pretty much the potential customer, they will hang up on me, or they will be like, we don't need another telemarketer. And I start beating myself a lot. It was it was kind of I was down, but after a while I started saying, you know what, let me learn. What did they do wrong? How did they start the conversation? And after a while, little by little, like Michael said, I found a lesson. I learned that, you know what, I don't want to talk about products. We'll talk about just conversation. How was your day? How is your business? Things like that. So I adjusted the delivery of my sales, and it was not delivery, it was more of a conversation. And little by little, I start creating kind of a trust, and I will call them several times to see how they're doing. And after a while, I will present the product. So I was able to kind of put a different spin. And the best part is, like, even if they say no, the best thing working for me is like, okay, I go to the next list, the next potential customers, without thinking or start beating myself why I was rejected. So as a salesperson, I can tell you, you know what, just don't think, just go on to the next lead and the next lead and the next lead. And little by little, you will see that, you know what, no, it may mean not now.
But
so yes, you can get out of this mental trap.
I have another little story that can help in the same way, and it involves a bank. I was doing presentations for a bank to some 10 businesses at a time, and I wasn't doing very well, and I was getting pretty low. And in this case, it was a very experienced banker who put his arm around my shoulder after the second presentation and said, now, do you understand something about the insurance principle? And I said, I don't even know what that is. And he said, every insurance person has to make 10 calls and 10 presentations. And if they get one, they're doing really, really well. And what he did was to take away the sense that I should win everybody over in those presentations. I should get 10 sales, which was unrealistic. And I was beating myself up, as Anna said. And suddenly, well, I was getting a sale out of each of those. I just wasn't getting as many as I thought I should get. And so the principle there to me is go seek out somebody else who's had success and ask them to help you in what you're trying to do. If you're feeling rejected all the time, find out somebody who can give you a more reasonable perspective of what it takes to be successful. And it isn't to beat up yourself. It's to understand that you're not going to get every sale. You're going to get some of them and try to get a little bit better, but don't expect to get every one. Next time I got 2, and I was over the moon because I'd gotten 2 instead of 1. And that was wonderful. It made me the salesman this gentleman did that I don't think I could have been otherwise. And one last thing, if you don't get rejected, by the way, folks, I'm going to be tough on you. You're not trying hard enough.
Yes, Michael.
Rejection comes with what we do. If you're not getting rejected, you better go out and try some more, because all of us should be rejected now and then. That's the nature.
we hope we were able to share a few tips with you today, how to handle rejection in your business. Keep watching us at our small business survival conversation.
You've been listening to the Small Business Survival Conversation podcast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. And don't forget to join us next week for another episode. In the meantime, hook up with us on our Facebook group at Small Business Survival Tools and Tips. Till next time, thank you for listening.